the downside of having a microphone with an XLR cable. Need to spray some deoxit in there or something. Alright, what's going on, chat? How's it going? My white balance is terrible on this web camera. So, like, just having my little hobby light on just kind of destroys everything. I got my fly tying stuff in the background. But, how's it going, chat? I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you folks are doing good. Let me swap over some tunes. What do you call it? I was going to do some painting and get some hobby stuff prepared, but I've been so darn busy with my fly tying and tying roosterfish flies for people going down to Baja, Mexico, fishing for roosterfish. So there's a company called Rise, and that makes fly rods, and the owner, I tie a bunch of flies for them. So I'm just been busy doing that because they're leaving like in a week or so. So it always turns into like a month of just me non-stop tying flies. Hence why I look like a mountain man. Look at my I gotta trim my beard down a little bit. It's getting out of control. Maybe we shouldn't be full camera. But I've been super busy. We did a fishing stream last night, and I like almost tweaked my neck a little bit or something, so it sucks getting old. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at Konflikt, because they have some new stuff on Warlord, some new minis and models, and also just maybe look at or just talk about some other games and we'll just chat for a little bit. And what do you call it? Because I didn't want to not stream in general. So, and I also looked. It was like, man, it's getting 7 o'clock. I look, it's staying light out quite late nowadays. So it's easy. The time flies by nowadays. But it's pretty nice today. It was pretty nice weather. Getting a little cold once the sun goes down, but for those of you who don't know, I have I'm streaming on Twitch at the same time, always on my Twitch channel, LI Flies Mike, and I have my YouTube for it. So last night we were streaming. We did a test stream, and it worked pretty well, I think. Multi-streaming IRL fishing, so I was fly fishing in this one spot for striped bass. Didn't catch one. We hooked one, but we didn't catch it, but that's all good. Anyways, I was doing a little chatting. Dude, my neck is like, I must have slept wrong. So I've had back issues for years, but my neck is like, I don't know what I did to it, but whew, screwed it up. All right. Anyways, let's take a look. I don't think there's anything new with Konflikt. Per se, but on the website I was looking at some stuff. Yep, there is mystery boxes, which is pretty freaking cool. Also, how's it going? How's it going, Nix? I hope you're doing well, dude. Sorry for not saying hello earlier. How's it going, chat? How you guys doing? I hope everyone's doing well. There's some cool stuff on the website we could take a look at. What do you call it that I saw? Film BattleTech next, but make 90% of the sound be lasers you make with your mouth. Pew, 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 pew. I've done it once or twice. in videos. I think I had to do it, like, there were times. So what I use for most of the sound effects are either video games. I go into a video game, record the audio with OBS, and then isolate or just use it. So, like, there's Space Marine 2 sound effects. All of the whenever you hear autocannons in my Konflikt videos, those are Space Marine 2 or Space Marine 2 heavy bolter sounds. For the Tesla type weapons and the Rift weapons, I used the plasma gun, the heavy plasma gun charge sound, along with some YouTube sound effects. So YouTube has like a stockpile of sound effects you can use without getting copyright. So I use a lot of those, but a lot of times there's stuff that I can't. There's like, I just can't find the right sound. So it's like little buttons, like like things like that I'll do. I don't do it as nearly as much as I should. But I need to, I guess, edit the video in a way that is kind of set up for it. Anyway, there's some cool stuff. So let's take a look. There's these new Konflikt miniatures. which people have been asking forever. Rev is using a 3D printed Mallet Walker, which is like, nobody even designed it. He used like some freaking Skynet technology to make it. But now they have the official Mallet Walker, so I think we're gonna have to try and get our hands on one. Which, God, look at this. This is what I love. Look at this with the new minis. They're including some very cool artwork or different paint styles. I know they do that with some of the tanks, right? Well, they'll have like the Shermans. They'll show like a winter Sherman. But I mean, like, this is sick right here. I really like the blue and white camo, almost like a naval camo. This reminds me of like the old, like the original Call of Duty, where they had just some skins where it would just be like realistic, you know, military camo patterns. Because there were like weird, like, you know, blue, like naval type camos and stuff. This looks fantastic though. So yeah, you could see, I mean, this one looks a lot better. At some point, I would like to... I'm using a lot of 3D printed stuff, too. I'm using a lot of official Warlord stuff, but I would like to, you know, expand my collection and get a lot of the newer Warlord miniatures. You know what I mean? This looks great, though. You know, I will say, I'm not going to lie, it's a little pricey. $96? Why is that so much more than... Do you get two? Nah, it's just one, huh? I know it's like a... It's a big walker. But it's only damage value 9, I think, right? And 10 on the front. Still, I think that's a little pricey. I know the Percival's probably a little smaller, but still. Well, they killed it either way. I will say, I think that's a little high. I'm going to go out there and say it. But you're talking to a broke wargamer who has a YouTube channel, so. Oh, they got the Sturmreese 3D print file at home. Okay, very cool. It's on the website. I gotta download this just to have it. We were talking about, do we want to do this? Rev was talking about, he has a smaller Bamboo A1 FDM printer. It's gonna take so long to print all of this. So we have something like this that is a terrain piece. So I'm thinking what I might do is I might set it up, get the globe on Amazon because we found out the right size globe we need, and then just use my Proxon cutter, which if you look in the back, my Proxon is sitting on my bed because I have nowhere to put it. And it's probably, and Rev was right, it's probably easier to take foam and cut with the Proxon. Because it's essentially a foam wire cutter, but it's set up for like intricate, precise cuts. That's how I made all my, what do you call it? All the tile terrain. So I think if I just make these out of foam, you know. I know someone that has that. What, this thing? Yeah, dude, this is definitely a project to print with a printer. I mean... Rev was right. It's going to take weeks of printing. I mean, it's going to take a while to do this with foam, but I think I could maybe do it with foam and just cut down on the details. Just kind of do like this sort of things here. And then build a little platform and put it on top. That's what I'm thinking. But this looks sick. Look, they like photoshopped a Firefly with jetpack or something. How cool is that? Oh, I should use this for a thumbnail right here. This looks amazing. This little section right here. That looks awesome. Yo, what's going on, Doc? Yeah, this is gigantic. I might just make, like, and it'll be the Mark 1 version before they developed all the cool bits. Alright, so we got the new Humber armored car, the Mark 7. Oh, this looks like it might have some rift. So is this, you know what this looks like to me? I haven't looked at the stats. We should take a look. This looks like an equivalent to the M8 scout car with the light Tesla cannon. Is that what this is? but for the Brits. I played my first game with the Brits in the last battle report. Got bared, but I want to try like a more infantry-based British list one day. When Rev has bolt action stuff. All right, where is this thing? The Humber. The Humber. Oh, it's got turret-mounted twin-light autocannons. This is it. I guess they're auto. Doesn't that look like it would be like something? It's all green. You would think that's like Rift, but. So what's the stats on this thing? 120 points, because you want to generally take regular, right? You don't want to take a vehicle with weapons, inexperienced, because you're -1 to shoot, and then if you move, you're hitting on 6s without even pins. You know what I mean? Computational systems. Whoa. Wait, so is this like a fully robotic thing? Or oh, it's got an onboard computer. Interesting. Okay. So that's cool. It's got the computational systems, which a lot... Oh, wait. The carrier has. But yeah, not the... So not the other vehicles. Okay, so that's cool. Which means... All that means is that you can move and shoot and not be -1 to hit. So you got twin light autocannons, which is what, 4 shots, I think it is, right? Or you could take the light autocannon coaxial MMG, which is not, because the coaxial you have to pick one or the other, right? So you never really, you'd just rather take twin autocannons or an anti-tank for -5. But yeah, I guess you just take it with the autocannons. I've seen some small 6-inch plasma lamps the other day would be perfect for that terrain you just had on the screen. Yeah, I have it on. I mean, we found the right one on Amazon. We found the dimensions because we have the terrain printed downstairs. Rev printed it. We have it in 2 pieces, and it's got the little clasps and everything. And what we found is on Amazon, there's a perfect size, like it's like $15. It's like a rechargeable 2 battery one, so we don't need to have a wire on the table. Or like you can put batteries in it. So that's what we're gonna use for the terrain. Because I think somebody has the exact piece of terrain. I think it's Sean in our Discord or Squig Herder, and he showed us he like sent the link for the terrain, and that's where we got it and printed it. Because this is before they even made this. Somebody else made something like this before this. A independent creator or whatever. And so we got that and we asked them what size ball it was, because it's like a certain size or something. So they got all the objective markers. These are pretty cool. I'm gonna say it though, if this is one sprue, $25 is too much. Like, I haven't worked. I would love to work with Warlord one day, and I hope they know if they do that, I will still voice my opinions like I do. I think this should be like $17 or something. Yo! Squig Herder, Sean, look at that. Speak of the devil. There he is. Thank you so much, my friend. Let me make sure this isn't too loud. With the 5 gifted memberships going out to Nix, Buddy, Eric, Lewis, and who's that? Morty and Glory. Who the hell's that guy? Yo, thank you, my dude. Appreciate that. I was watching Mortian's video before the stream when I was sitting outside of the Katachan army list, which looks sick. The thumbnail dude, I saw I was scrolling by and I was like, I saw the American helmets and I was like, ooh. I've been liking the American list that they've been doing over there on Mortian's channel. Him and I think his brother, they did the Mormon Rebellion or something. Anyways, I think this should be a little bit cheaper because like I bought the farm animals, right? Yeah, Morty got it. You're gonna have to contact YouTube, all right? Okay. I don't know what you want me to say. How dare you? what do you call it? I bought the farm animals and stuff like that. Which, you know, I guess I also kind of bought them on sale, but I got 3 sprues. But I remember they were even a little cheap. I feel like something like this should be probably a little bit cheaper. I feel like I'm going to go out and say, I feel like there's a little bit of conflict tax. Like, is it just this thing for 61 bucks? This is like a little vehicle, right? Or I guess it's probably similar to a tank size. Because the bolt action stuff, I feel like is maybe, you know what? It probably has to do with maybe like just some increased costs for maybe designing new stuff and maybe production. I don't know. But I would love to see this just like maybe like 10 bucks cheaper or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm being picky. But you know what? I'm going to go out and say it. But they do deals all the time. Like this, I feel like is reasonable. It's a little pricey, right? But how many are these? You get 12 Ursus bears for 130. I feel like that's pretty reasonable, right? It's the metal and resin. Well, that's one of the things. It is the new one. This is metal and resin. That would make me just avoid it, unfortunately, because the plastic stuff is so good. But I've dealt with some of the... I mean, the resin stuff's nice. The resin miniatures. But, like, I'll never forget, like, putting together some of the artillery things in bolt action with the metal and stuff like that. So like I've dealt with some really good stuff, but the plastic and their soft resin miniatures I like. The new is the plastic. It says the new Malot's resin and the new Humber is resin. It's plastic, resin, and metal. Maybe some of the little bits are or something. Anyways. Like here, let's just do it. Let's just go to bolt action. What's a Sherman? How much is a single Sherman? Because a Sherman, I feel like, is a similar like sized vehicle, right? Maybe even a little bit larger. Like even that. I mean, let's just take a look. Or I guess we could go to... Let's go to the British. And let's take a look at, like, they have probably a similar vehicle. I mean, dude, look, I will say, look to see if it's current model or pre-order. Let's have 2 links. Let's go double link. Look, I'm a person of the people, all right? And I just want to see a beautiful game that's a somewhat reasonable price. So I just want to, I'm just curious. Where's the new stuff? New products. Well, this is pre-order. What do you mean look to see if it's the current one or pre-order? Yeah, so you can get a whole platoon for 99 bucks. But where's a small, like, let me just find one small vehicle. Or a similar size vehicle, I feel like. It's going to be armored platoon, right? Because this is like a weapons carrier. I mean, I feel like even an M8 Scout is similar, right? There you go. You can get a Matilda for 57 bucks. I mean, no, I mean, it's about right. I mean, you know, tanks are like 54 bucks. What was this thing? This was 61. I would like to see this maybe like... maybe like 45 or something. I feel like it's smaller than a tank. The cheap tanks are plastic bodies. Yeah, but I feel like, don't you want the plastic ones? Do you want the metal and resin tanks or something? Or I guess there's a difference in the price because of the material. There's a current model that's resin and the metal, and there's a pre-order for the plastic version. I don't know. It just says pre-order. So I don't know. I'm just looking at the price of the pre-order one. So this is maybe the more expensive plastic one is the price. Yeah, you'd like to see it in plastic, right? Yeah. But maybe it's just purely cost and manufacturing of the... they have to do it in metal and resin for certain stuff. But I think this is going to be in plastic. I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like when I look at the Konflikt stuff, it's just a little bit more expensive. But you know what? That's just me being a cheap-ass mofo. Okay, Rev doesn't complain about this stuff because he has a steady... What do you call it? He has a good job, all right? But the bolt action stuff, I'm like, when I look at the bolt action, I guess a lot of this stuff is older stuff, so they're able to offer it in, like, discounted and bundles and stuff. But, I mean, the bolt action pricing was, like, it's just, like, absolutely where I want to see a war game to be. I feel like there's just, the Konflikt stuff's a little bit more expensive, but then again, it's probably newer, a lot of newer stuff, you know what I mean? So maybe there's some pricing stuff, you know, factored in. Anyways. It's something I brought up. I don't want to bitch about it. I do think this is too expensive. I feel like this is somewhat reasonable. Maybe like $50 or something, but I feel like $96 for the Mallet Walker is way too much money. If you order the current Mallet, they'll give you money. They'll give you a voucher for money off the plastic when it comes. I mean, they do great stuff. Yeah, no. I'm just not always going to kiss their ass. I do think this is too much money. I feel like this should be cheaper. Like, how much is a linebacker, right? Yeah, I feel like they're both just a little much. That being said, the mystery boxes are fire. Zern, I think, Zern Central on YouTube. Check him out if you haven't. He does some fantastic breakdowns of bolt action and the mechanics. And I've seen him get bolt action mystery boxes. And I was always turned off from the bolt action ones because I don't want to get, like, Bulgarians and... this and that, you know, there's so many different armies in bolt action, which is fun for somebody who's probably been playing bolt action a while and wants to, like, try new stuff. Oh, dude, my neck is all screwed up. But, like, there's only 5 armies in Konflikt, and we have all 5 armies. We have multiple Axis armies. We're going to have a couple British armies. We have 2 U.S. armies. You know what I mean? So, like, the mystery box for Konflikt would be, like, perfect for us. So, especially because we don't have a lot of the official stuff, you know. Also, what's going on, John? Sorry I didn't say hello. I was reading your stuff there, but how's it going? The mystery box looks pretty cool, so I've been pretty impressed watching, like, people open them. So I will say I do like their mystery boxes. I think they're good. Not that I have the money for it right now, but let's see. Like, this looks... I feel like this is a fantastic price right here. For a bunch of Mark 1s, some Mark 2s. Like, $80. Like, you're getting a decent amount of miniatures. I feel like this is, you know... This is good. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to compare it to Warhammer, because Warlord's a way better company than GW. So, I was about to say, this would be this much money in Warhammer. But yeah, we all hate Warhammer 40k by now with the pricing. So, I'm not going to... We know Warlord's far better than that. So, I mean, even this I feel like is like make that like $50. But I don't know how the hell to run a business, so don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm just talking as a broke wargamer. I really wish I named my channel The Broke Wargamer. Now we're getting on to some cool stuff. Let's take a look. These ruins look fantastic. Too expensive, though. Are they painted? No, no. Yeah. They do a great job with the terrain. Like, look at the windows on the top sticking out. I don't know what the construction term for this is. Hey, damn Legion, tell I saw Cosmic was streaming. I hope he's having a good stream, dude. I almost was like, oh, I almost shouldn't stream, but I'm gonna stream for a short bit. We're just chatting. But I hope he's doing good with the painting. I saw he's been streaming, so which I love to see. 07s. How was the fishing after the stream ended? So I fished for a bit. I saw like maybe one boil, and I don't even know if it was a bass. And then I left because it was getting dark. I almost broke my ankle because it was getting dark and I was walking, and there's certain sections where it's like, it's in the grass that I was walking, but there are areas where it drops in, and you know how it's super deep. So, like, there's, like, areas where there's, like, little channels or creeks that run through, and I thought I was, like, safe, and, dude, I so confidently stepped, and my foot went all the way up, and I sunk in. Luckily, like, where my crotch was, there was, like, mussels and, like, grass, thank God. Because then I stepped with my other foot, and my other foot went completely into another mud hole. So both my legs were stuck in mud holes. And this is where, thank God, I'm fly fishing, because I have not that I could have gotten out, but it was easier because I had a stripping basket. I have a basket that I wear around my waist that I put the line into as I strip it with my hand. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I make stuff like this with we take a hook and we put materials on it, and then we go fishing with it. It's called fly fishing. But, so I used the stripping basket to then, like, you know how in, like, quicksand you need to, in quicksand you need to, like, distribute your weight, but I was able to, like, use the stripping basket on the mud to, like, push myself out. The problem is my legs then pulled out of my wading boots. So my wading boots were stuck, like, 4 feet down in the mud or something, right? And then, so I had to, like, then stick my foot back into the boot and lift on the neoprene to get one foot out at a time. But I swear, I so confidently stepped with the first foot, I genuinely almost broke my ankle. It scared me because I'm getting older now. I definitely would have broke my ankle. But I stepped perfectly in it. But if I would have stepped to where there's, like, muscles, and if I would have, like, rolled my ankle, you know what I mean? And where I was, if I didn't have a cell phone, like, I would have had to scream till someone in their backyard heard me. You know, God forbid I actually, like, hurt myself, because I was, like, I hiked all the way to get back there, you know what I mean? But I was like, I got to take it easy, bro. I so confidently stepped. I was like, after that, I was tiptoeing like a ballerina around, you know? But so that's how that went. That was the most exciting thing that happened. The Cosmic Stream was a great watch. Plenty painted and good community. Hell yeah, dude. Well, I gotta say, Mordian, you know, a lot of these folks too that coming over are folks that I've seen in Mordian's community and stuff like that, and and people in this area of the wargaming space on YouTube. They're awesome people. So, I've had a great time. Hey, Cosmic, what's going on, dude? The man, the myth, the legend himself, huh? I'm here. I drank the beers and I'm ready to cheer. Just finished painting my painting stream and sent whoever is free your way. I do enjoy the stream and stuff. Hell yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping you were gonna rhyme the whole way. I'm here. I drank the beers. I'm ready to cheer, and that's why I paused, because I was like, dude, he's writing like some sort of poetry right now. But hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm going. It's always good to go out with a partner. Hey, have an awesome night, dude. Thanks for stopping by. A wrong kind of excitement, yeah. That's scary. That's why I don't like going duck hunting alone. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly. You got to be careful. Sometimes when you're going out, it's good to have a partner just in case. Yeah. Yeah. Or if you're, alone like me, you just don't go out. Easy. You know what I mean? But thank you, Cosmic. Appreciate it, my friend. But yeah, if you're getting older, like chat, which I'm sure most of us are, what do you call it? It's a good reminder to slow down. That being said, you know, if the bass were boiling, I would have been running across that marsh like a freak. Once while deer stalking, I broke my ankle and walked 12 miles out of the bush for using a rifle for a crutch. No sweat. Oh, damn. What are you out of the bush? Are you hunting out west for mule deer? Or are you hunting somewhere in like New Zealand or something? That's the thing. I hunt with, I don't think you could see him. Over right there. That's my Martin recurve, the hunter recurve that I've taken a couple whitetails with. One whitetail with. And then I have a couple longbows that are on the wall that are on the hanger right there. But what do you call it? We hunt with freaking tree stands We get up in a tree like bozos out here on the East Coast, and what do you call it? And sit around looking at our phones the whole time. It sucks. There was nothing better than going hunting in the snow, knowing that no other people around. Because here's the thing, you can't try and stalk deer on public land when other hunters are around, because people get up in trees, and next thing you know, you can't like. The public land is only so large, right? A lot of times. But my favorite is when it would snow during a weekday or something. I would get out and hunt, and I know nobody would, because you could see if other people are parked at the public parking spot. And on the ground, hunting whitetail deer, like stalking them with a traditional bow. Oh my god, dude! Some of the coolest stuff. I almost, I want to say jumped, but I essentially they just got up and just moseyed away. It must have been like probably 10 yards away. There was a buck and 2 does. But the thing is, the snow and the like glare was right in my eyes. And this was early on. I probably would have, I always learned early on too, like, you don't take a shot unless you're super comfortable. The first deer I ever harvested, earlier that day, I shot at another deer. The arrow went probably about 10 feet over the deer's back. I was so nervous, right? Then the next time the deer went by, dude, I watched the arrow like perfectly 18 yards with my recurve. I was probably 30 feet up in the tree too. But like, so these deer were on the ground, and I kind of spooked them a little, but they didn't even care, because I was like in white camo clothing. The wind was blowing in the right way. It was snowing. So they just got up and just like walked right past me, and I was gonna try and take a shot at the buck, but the like glare was in my eyes, and I had hunted long enough to know that, like, if I'm not 100% confident in my shot, that I'm not gonna take, because it's not like a compound bow where it's like shooting a gun with a string, you know what I mean, or something. Anyways, I love being out in the woods. That's the best part. I haven't harvested a deer in years, and I haven't hunted in years, but most of the time I'm not even like really even seeing deer half the time, but just being out there in the woods with my bow is like, oh, I love it. So good. You hunt the red deer? Yeah. I figured, you said bush. I figured there's only so many places in the world you can hike 12 miles to hunt a deer. So it's either going to be somewhere like out west with mule deer in the United States and parts of Canada or whatever, or you're going to be out in, New Zealand. Which, when I got into traditional hunting, I found out about New Zealand and how much amazing hunting there is because of all the imported European and American deer species and elk and stuff. Like, I think Roosevelt sent some elk over to New Zealand or something. I forget. It was interesting because I was on some traditional bow hunting forums, and there was a bunch of guys from Australia and New Zealand on there. They were like hunting hogs and stuff in the bush. Anyways, enough of the ranting. This is pretty much, if you want to be, let me tell you how to build Rev's Axis Army 101. Sell the Schreckwolfen because they're too good. Buy a bunch of Nachtjägers, a bunch of Nachtalben, aka Nachtballen, and then get yourself Heinrich Ross. And that's pretty much your entire army. Maybe one walker. But yeah, this is sick. I mean, if you wanted to run an Axis, a weird Axis army without having tons of Totencore, Totenrot Horde stuff, this is what I would do. And this is pretty much Rev's army. So he's going to have 2 Axis armies. He's going to have the Nachtalben, Nachtjäger, Heinrich Ross. They're all pink and purple and stuff. And then he's going to have, I think, another pink and purple or pink and gray. He sent a photo the other day. It looked really sick. But he's doing his Totencore and Toten Horde, Totenrot, whatever. So he's going to have like 2 different armies. Essentially the zombie army, and then, or he can mix and mingle, you know what I mean? Hey, what's going on, Jenny Bratz? Spend more time watching birds and tree stands. Yeah, exactly. Or squirrels or something, or whatever other animals are out there. The woods are awesome except at night. I'll tell you guys a story here in a sec when I get done chatting. Stopped hunting when my friend almost Dick Cheney'd me when we were kids. Yeah, I had a friend flag me a couple swipe me a couple times when we were rabbit hunting. And I had my bow, he had his shotgun, and I said, okay, well, I'm never hunting with a person with a gun ever again. At least in a duck stand, they have to keep the barrel of the shotgun pointed one day. You know, some people just don't know basic gun safety, unfortunately. But yeah, that's a great reason to stop hunting with someone. If you ever get swiped with a loaded shotgun multiple times, or flagged or whatever. I just painted a bunch of knocked ballin'. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for calling them knocked ballin', by the way. You got to give them, like, you got to put a blunt in their mouth. You got to give them, like, a 6-pack of Coors Lights or something. Because, dude, they're partying. Look at them. They're having a good time, too. Look at them. You got to give one of them, like, a boom. I want to do that so bad. I want to make a knocked Albin squad, but give them, like, all, like, party-themed. Where they're all, like, one of them's, like, doing probably like coke or something, you know, he's got white stuff under his nose, like, and they're all like jacked out of their minds, you know. They're partying though. New Zealand woods are safe at night unless you hear the Kiwis calling. Well, that's the thing. People, the real threat is people at night, but you can come hunt with me at night. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, if you're deer hunting, you have to be out of the woods before night. So there was one time where I'll tell you the first time I harvested a deer, dude, like the DEC guys who I took a hunting license. To get your hunting license, you have to go to a state sanctioned hunting class. So you need to take a regular hunting class and then a bow hunting class to learn all the basics. And then in the one I went to, we went to upstate New York because on Long Island, New York, they were selling out so quickly. We were like, screw it. We're going to go upstate New York to my buddy's house upstate, and we're going to make a little trip. So we went up there, and it was like this former FBI. He was like, oh, I was in the FBI and this and that. It was a really cool dude, though. And then 2 DEC officer guys that were like running this course. And the DEC guy was like, which is Department of Environmental Conservation, was like, you need to, you harvest this deer, what you need to do is, pardon if you don't like this stuff, but you need to gut it. Okay, this is how, to make sure you get the, you know, you let the like meat cool down and this and that, and then that's the first thing you do, and then you can drag it out, do this and that. But anyway, the first time I got a deer, it took me, dude, by the time I got out and got it into my Subaru, it was like pitch black nighttime. So I used to hike all the way back into these public land spots, set up my tree stand, and then I hated heights too, so I'd be so scared climbing the tree with my tree stand, because you have to, like, you use the tree and you put your weight on the top part and then you lift your legs up, and it's like very sketchy. I almost fell out a couple times, though you have a harness that you use. But like getting down, it would take forever me to get out. And I had a note on my windshield one day, and it was like, we will arrest you if you're not out by nighttime next time. I'm like, what? And I went and tracked down the park police, because it looked like, first off, half the letters were misspelled. I thought it was like a joke or something. But this guy like was like pissed off. He was like, you're supposed to be out of the woods, what do you call it, by nighttime or something before you get out. I was like literally a minute or two after. I'm like, dude, what happens if I harvest a deer and I need to track it, or when I'm tracking, I got to carry it out. I mean, it's like 120 pounds. You know. He's like, oh, you need to leave it overnight, come back in the morning. I'm like, it's 70 degrees in November. It was literally like 70 degrees. I'm like, what do you want me to do? You want me to leave the deer out? Because I had a deer in the back of my car or whatever. And, what do you call it? But it was just interesting. The guy, you could tell these guys didn't hunt or whatever. They were just like law enforcement, but they weren't like hunters or anything like that. But I talked to DEC officers, and they were, I guess it's different in state land to park land or whatever, because this was actually park land, not state land. But anyways, it was a pain in the ass, dude. I had people threaten me, other hunters that are like, you're in my hunting spot, I'm going to slash your tires. I dealt with so much crazy stuff hunting. It was wild, dude. But that being said, the DEC officers were always great. I always had a good interaction with the DEC officers. It was just in some of these, particularly hunting near like where there was parks where people would like set up their campers and stuff or whatever. Non-hunter guys, essentially. Anyways, this wasn't my nighttime. My nighttime story was I was coming back hunting, and I was walking back nighttime in the woods forever, because I hiked literally probably like 2-3 miles or something, but it's like you can't walk straight. Like I'm walking through thickets and bushes and like getting covered in ticks. But I'm leaving and I'm coming back at night, and I'm walking down the trail, and dude, as I'm walking down this like incline, there was a tree branch like right over that you have to walk under. And right as I did that, this thing, I hear this whoosh, and I hear the wings, and it flies right over my head. And I'm telling you, it scared the crap out of me. Like, just, I didn't hear anything, just the sound of something take off and the wings. And I figured out it was a freaking giant owl. It was like I don't think it was a great horned owl or whatever, but whatever the big owl species we get here on Long Island, because we get screech owls, which are tiny little baby, they're like teeny little owls. But we also get the big ones that go like, whoo, whoo, whoo. And this thing must have literally been right on the branch. And right as I was walking, it took off and like flew right over my head. Like the wings, like I felt the air go right over my head. That was probably the scariest I've ever been. I thought like I was getting attacked by like a gargoyle or something, you know what I mean? That scared the crap out of me. But also reading stories. I used to sit on my phone because I'm sitting in the tree and reading stories about people getting at like hunters writing stories about like having weird interactions in the woods with other people, where people would like just sit and stand under their tree stand. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there, it's like getting dark, and I'm like looking around like, Another story. Sorry if you're not interested in stuff. It's just interesting. I had another story where this dude sees me in the tree stand, comes walking up. He was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's got a bow, and I'm like, "I'm hunting." He goes, "Oh, why?" But he's like, "This is my spot. This is where I hunt." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I've never seen you here." He's like, "Yeah, look." And he's like, gotta look over, and he had a tree where he drilled holes and he put the things in, which you're technically not allowed to do in county parks. You're not even allowed to technically cut off branches and shit like that, which is, I'm sure everyone does, but. And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even see it." He's like, "Yeah, yeah." And he's like, "So, are you still gonna hunt here?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's standing at the bottom of my tree stand. I literally just got set up and was like hunting. And this guy's sitting in there. I'm like, and he's like, "Oh, okay." So he's like, "Oh yeah, so normally what I do is I like to come here and do this and that." And I'm like, at some point I just started climbing down from the tree and breaking everything down. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Listen, dude, I just got set up to go deer hunt and you're standing here. Clearly you don't want me here because this is where you hunt. You're telling me I parked in the wrong spot. I walked in the wrong, this and that. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. You can hunt. I'm going to go somewhere else because I can't sit here and no deer's going to come walking by while you're standing under the tree and giving me a lecture. So you know what? This is your spot, buddy. Have fun." But yeah, so that was another one. But there's so many times I met random people in the woods and they were just the nicest people. It's only a couple bad interactions. Like I've found people putting piles of corn out when they're not supposed to and things like that. But there are people that I know that have had their tires slashed and things like that. Because some people, they're just like, I don't know. The problem is it's public land. There's only so many spots. There's so many people that hunt out here. And there's so little land that you just end up dealing with like actual psychopaths at times. So you got to be careful. Anyways, let me shut up and let's take a look. How's it going, Valor? I hope you're doing well. That being said, I would love to have a type of hunting where I could just go walk like 10 miles into the bush. Unfortunately, though, I don't think I could drag a deer out nowadays. My back is too messed up. But those are, I do like being in the woods. Good times. All right. Got distracted there, but in a good way. Okay. He just brought up all my hunting memories at once because I haven't hunted in forever. Now, this is a cool one right here. They got some good combos for the Commonwealth, as well as the U.S. Not going to lie. This would be great if you wanted to if you were going heavy on the power armor. Yeah, this would be a good one. I haven't used the, Pond Skaters or something? I haven't checked those out yet. They are very cool. We've pretty much used all of the walkers except for those guys for the U.S. Hey, Jenny, have a nice night. Appreciate it. How's it going, Valor? Hope you're doing well. I just hate running into skunks in the dark or gators. Oh, my God. Well, that's the thing, dude. Like, gators is a whole nother thing. If there were gators that I had to deal with, don't even... The Defenders of Stuttgart. This is nice for a more traditional army. You got the Shinen Cannon. You get 3 Vogelspinners, you get shock troopers, and you get, I mean, this would actually be a very competent army, I feel like. Schwerfield, Shining Cannons. Set these up pretty much exactly like this, where you have SMGs, auto... This is exactly how I built mine. Where there's light LMG. Is this an LMG? That might be an LMG, too. You could do it like that. But either way. And then the shock troopers, which is what I'm missing. But this would be a fantastic just army in general. I like the more traditional Axis army, for sure. With the, you know, stall trooping and all that. Now, this is sick. I want to look at this. Look at this. This is fantastic, dude. I really like these minis here because they have night vision goggles. How cool is that? Which makes sense because the Brits do have, like, super high tech when it comes to, like, what we think of, like, modern day tech. And it looks like they're also using the freaking L... I'm not a bruv. I don't know what's the name of these. The L something rifle, LAs or whatever. The bullpup rifles that they use in the UK. It looks something like that. It's definitely a bullpup assault rifle. Can we see just the guys? No. I do like that though. And are those just basic infantry or the grenadiers? Which I think you would just use as basic infantry, right? Cerebus. These dogs are so cool. I just can't help, though. Every time I see a Cerebus squad, I just think of monkeys. It's a monkey squad. You know what I mean? And here's the guy, by the way. Here's the guy that was yelling at Williamson. Williamson! Williamson! In that one video, that's this guy right here. I forgot the guy's name. The L882, or 82, A2, yeah. This looks like an early adaptation of that. It's definitely a bullpup assault rifle. I mean, this... Dude. Look at that. I mean, that's a great price. You got a Merlin. You got one of the... I forgot the name of this thing. It's not a Percival, right? No, that's the other thing. And you get like a Jackal for 135. That's fantastic. If you want, you could get these things and then they could blow themselves up when you use the Rift Ice. That's pretty cool. I remember when we did that, everyone's like, why would you use those? And Rev's like, you know what? Everyone hates that I'm using those. I'm going to use them again. How about that? I'm going to make the whole army out of them. It's an EM2 bullpup. Ah, okay, interesting. Is that a real rifle or is that a Konflikt take? And you get... This is pretty good, too. Big Soviet block power armor. That's something Rev doesn't use. I would love to see some Soviets power armor in the future. That's why we need to get a mystery box. Well, they got a discount on this, too. Very nice. Some daughters. Okay. So what do we what's our thoughts on the two new minis? I know somebody in the Discord said they were getting the mystery box. So I'm curious to see what they get in there. I think that would be cool. Somebody asked them to post. I think Clove asked them to post what they got. The Mala is badass, by the way. I do like it. It's probably my favorite Soviet walker, I think. It just looks... I love the aesthetic. I think it's a little pricey, though. I think it could be cheaper. This looks great, too. It's a... I think... Price might be a little high on that one, too. But look, I mean, $20 character. Right? That's what I love to see, so... You know? Anyways. Let's take a look and see what else they got. It is a real bullpup, experimental. Gotcha. It evolved to the L82. Gotcha. I remember seeing something with those like wooden stocked bullpups back in the day or something. So, you know, I used to watch Gun Jesus, who's Ian. Oh God, I don't remember his last name, but Forgotten Weapons. He's got a great channel. So we got some new British Commonwealth. Wait, so is this the Armies of the British Commonwealth release? It is. This is the Commonwealth release for Bolt Action, huh? So are these Gurkhas? It looks like they're almost all like Gurkhas or something, right? You could tell, because what are these, Kirus or something? What's the name of these, the blades? Please don't tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me these are Gurkhas. Yes, the Gurkhas. Okay. Dude, these guys are badass, by the way. Yeah, they're Nepalese. What's the name of their blades? There's a special name for the blades they use. If you listen to stories of Gurkhas in, like, I mean, World War II, but I think they also use them in, like, Vietnam and things like that. Like, these guys are badass. That would be cool. Gurkha army. And the infantry platoon. Yeah, nice. So these are the new releases, it looks like. Oh, they also have a Gurkha section. This is like, these might be older ones. Yeah, these look like, these aren't the new release ones. Kakuri or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, that's what it is. I thought it was like a Kuri or a Kuru or something. Yeah. I gotta say, first off, cool. Somebody asked how the Soviet platoon commander miniature, and what do you call it? This was how he got it. I wonder if we could still find it. It's the special miniatures you get with the book release. Wait for the plastic version. That's what we were talking about. Still, even for plastic, I still think 96 is a little pricey. What about somebody was asking about this? So if somebody ends up seeing this, was it you, Sean? Did you ask about it? Somebody asked about it. No, I don't think it was you. Where's the Soviets? They probably still have it. It's the Soviet platoon commander. She's holding a flag. They might not have it. It was for like a release. Where's the Soviet book? That's what we need to see, the Soviet book. Damn, they have so many miniatures, it's crazy. Where's the Soviet book? Well, that's a cool one right there. Standard bearer. Here we go. There she is. Armies of the Soviet Union, 3rd edition, with Olga Kovalyova. It is a really good miniature. But for whoever was asking, I'm pretty certain this miniature only comes with the Armies of the Soviet Union book that you buy, the bolt action one. Okay, there we go. We found it. Somebody was asking about it, so it was in a video, so I don't know if they'll ever see this, but I put it out there for that person to find. There's a Soviet, what do you call it? The Soldier of Fortune. Lady Pavlichenko. The Lady Death. One of the Soviet Union's famous corps of female snipers. The Battle of Odessa and Sevastopol. Credited with no fewer than 309 kills. Cool looking miniature. I want to point that out because that does look good. Oh, dude, my neck is all jacked up. Ooh, that's a nice looking black powder rule book. Yep, here's the United States one. The Armies of Germany. I have the Armies of the United States book for my U.S. List. And they got the Ottoman stuff. So let's see, are we missing anything or did we see it all? We got the new Konflikt, the Gurkhas. We'll take a look at the pike and shot. This is the Ottomans. Yeah, we looked at this recently, though. Let's take a look at this Ottoman dude. Yo, what up, pimp? This guy's cool. Merhaba. That's funny. Oh, here's the Janissaries. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying these guys look awesome. It's on sale too. There's the Ottomans right here. So I mean, pike and shot is an option. So one thing I also wanted to talk about is other games that we could feature here on the channel and play, or something. You know, I have my friend is finally gonna come. We're gonna record some one-page rules here soon. So I want to film one-page rules, Conflict. We're probably gonna start doing some bolt action as well. Bolt action is very similar to Conflict, right? But I'm curious what people want to see. You know, we talked about it, but I just wanted to look and see. What do you call it? What other sort of games, or what you folks would possibly want to see? Like, I know there's BattleTech, right? There's all sorts of stuff, but it's stuff that we need. Like, it needs to. Here's one thing, right? It needs to be a cheap entry cost, right? Because I can't go spending $300 on armies for games that, you know, we don't even necessarily know if we're gonna like. So ideally, it's something that you could 3D print stuff for. So it's like either somewhat miniature agnostic, or at least it's like, it's not like frowned upon. You know what I mean? And the other thing is something that is like, it's tough. Like with a game of 40K, modern day 40K, even though the game's not that complex, there's a lot, right? Like recording a game of 40K with, what is it, like 5 turns in a game of 40K? I think there is. Yeah, 5. With the cards, the abilities, the different steps, and each player taking their turn. Like, dude, it's a lot of stuff to record. So games, even like Conflict, like pull an order dice, we do a thing, right? You know, it's a little bit easier to film. One-page rules is super simple because it's like a small skirmish game. You know what I mean? So, and the whole thing is, it's just necessarily, I don't want to just only have Conflict videos, for instance, right? It's good. You never want to put your eggs all in one basket. And it's also just a good thing for me. And we like playing other stuff too. We could probably just be playing Conflict for the next, I don't know how many years, and be completely content because we have so much fun with it. But it's good to like mix it up and do some other stuff. So, and I do enjoy other games. So, we've done Trench Crusade, multiple games of Trench Crusade, which is fun. But after like recording Conflict and kind of finding, now I've kind of found my editing style where we do like edited down, not like laser beams and graphics going off everywhere, but more like a narrated, edited game with some voiceovers and some things like that mixed in. Everything's kind of slowed down, you know what I mean? So it's just like a nice kind of chill vibe sort of video is the idea, with narration. And instead of like, you know, back when we would play games, we'd be talking like sometimes it was hectic. We'd be, you know, yelling over each other or something because we get so excited or whatever. But so it's like, it's something that needs to fit the vibe too, you know, of the games that like we kind of do. And I'd like to think like we're filming, you know, or like we're recording like, you know, one-page rules, which I definitely want to get back to doing more one-page rules because it's a game I enjoy. But like one-page rules, Conflict, bolt action, Turnip 28, which we've had a lot of fun with, which are, you know, really good games that I think just deserve a lot more love on the internet, or that I think deserve more eyes on them, you know, more exposure. So I've had but people have mentioned the Fallout game, and there is a ton of like 3D STL files you can get for that, from Modiphius, I believe, because we took a look at it. So the Fallout one, and you know, the Fallout one could be fun because we could, you know, again, leaning into like the voices. You know what I mean? Hold on. Here we go. We'll take a look at Modiphius. So these are like, I think, plastic miniatures, but they also have a ton of STLs. So, and if I'm not wrong, this is more of like a skirmish game, right? Or like a character game or something. I don't think it's like a, not like an army game where you're going to have armies, you know? Oh, another game we wanted to talk about was, God, I just said it the other day. But it's the one with the Hot Wheels cars where people mod them. Oh God, what's the name of this? What's the name of the car game, chat? Where people take like Hot Wheels and it's like a car skirmish game or something. I forgot the name of it. Oh, it's right. Literally was just talking about it with Rev the other on Sunday, last Sunday. Fallout Wasteland Warfare. Because I know they have a role-playing version as well. Gaslands, thank you, Gaslands. I think Gaslands would be fantastic for the channel. Because we could, like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we could have so much fun with it. And it's like it's small enough to where I think it'd be a good game to film and easy for me to edit. I want to see where's the rules. Yeah, we'll have to take a look. Because I feel like is this similar to like Rangers of Shadows Deep or something, or like 5 parsecs? I feel like it is. In terms of like how, in size and scale. Because we do have 5 parsecs from home and also Rangers of Shadows Deep, which, do they make Rangers? Yeah, they make Rangers of Shadows Deep. Of Shadow Deep. Which I think this is another cool game if you've ever seen Me, Myself, and Die. And Trevor Noah, who's like a famous voice actor, he has a solo RPG channel. He's done some games of this, and it's a miniature game that you can do solo or co-op. So I have been thinking about featuring games like this on the channel as well. They have some good ones, though. So there's Fallout Factions, and then there's Fallout, the other one. Here we go, the Crew Folio. I'll have to take a look. I'm going to have to, like, watch some videos and see what the vibes are of some of these games. I will say, dude, some of these minis are sick. I love Fallout. I don't think Rev played Fallout. So here's the thing. Like, I don't know if Rev will want to play Fallout. Because, you know, I don't think he has any ties to it. You know what I mean? Like, I played Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas and all that, you know? But I know he wants to play, like, Old World or something like that. He's super hot on that. I think Mordian sold him on Old World or something. Yeah, 5 parsecs from home. I also have this game. Oh, they got a new book. I gotta get this. I don't think I have Tactics, but this one looks cooler. This is an alien. This might be an alien world building expansion. So this game, 5 parsecs from home, is a solo game. You can play co-op. But what it is, I have the book. Essentially, you have a crew, and you have a ship. So you have, like, maybe 5 people on the ship, and you have, like, a debt that you have to pay, and you're essentially like a mercenary for hire sort of thing, where you have a ship and you have your crew, you're taking jobs, you have patrons, and then you roll up random missions and random planets and generate all these things, random things, and then go out and then you go and complete the mission, see how much you get paid, vice versa, and you're like fixing your ship up. It's really cool. I've played some 5 parsecs. I've like gotten started with making videos for it and then ditched it. But this was before I was better. At some point, I think we are going to do a 5 parsecs from home series because I have all of the expansion stuff. Except for the bug hunt one and these two, this new one. I think I might get this one, but it's a lot of fun. I really recommend it. It's a really cool game. Dr. Drew's playing Gagland. I mean, I've never seen Gagland, but Gaslands I know. Yeah, okay. That would suit the humor stuff. Yeah, I think it'd be fun for sure. There's an Elder Scrolls one. Paranoia, 5 clones from Alpha Complex, huh? Never seen that one. Now, Rev also just, Rev's always winning stuff, so he just won from, his name's Mohawk Miniatures. He streams on Twitch, and he does, like, a thing. Both of my buddies watch him, and they've won miniatures and stuff from this guy. But, what do you call it? He won some miniatures for Corvus Bells. What's the name of that? Infinity? Yeah, Infinity. He was asking about it. Oh, they got an XCOM miniatures game, huh? Oh, maybe they haven't come out with it yet. Alright. Let me take a look here. I want to look. Where's Gaslands? Make sure, in case I type Gaglands by accident, I gotta make sure I'm not... There we go. Gaslands. So if you haven't seen this game is sick. We're probably gonna get Gaslands refueled, or whatever, because that's like the newest one. But essentially, the way it works is it's like scaled down to like Hot Wheels or whatever scale, and you can take like a little you can use anything. It doesn't have to be a Hot Wheels car, but you could take a little kid's toy or something from the dollar store, and essentially like make it look Mad Max, put some extra guns from Bolt Action figures on it, and like put some metal panels, and then next thing you know, you essentially have a Mad Max vehicle based game where there's drifting mechanics and stuff like that. And it's so super simple to get into, and the barrier, it's like, think about it, you could go down to, you could order from Amazon if you don't want to leave your house, like sometimes I don't like to, or I could go down to like Walmart or something, buy a bunch of little Hot Wheels, maybe like a bus or something, and build like a little, you know, crew with my cars. And then I think there's stuff where there's races, and there's stuff where there's to take each other out. There's a whole bunch of different stuff. But what do you call it? Very cool game, and I really want to, I think it would be perfect. So I told Rev, I was like, dude, Gaslands, we got to do it, because I've told him about it. But I think it would be a perfect feature for the channel. So I think Gaslands we're definitely going to do at some point. And like I said, Bolt Action, and I know some of you guys said, you know, mostly here for Konflikt, but you want to watch, but what do you call it? Bolt Action is similar enough, you know, I think that's something, you know, I want to make sure, you know, if I'm going to spend a week working on a video, that people watch it, right? So there are games that we play, like, you know, we still may play a game of 40K. We haven't in a long time, but it didn't do well on the channel. It doesn't mean I probably won't make a better opponent, but we still may like the game or something. So I got to make sure it's something that people are going to receive as well, too, or like. So with that being said, you got to give something a fair chance. You can't make one video on it and, you know, unless everyone's like, I don't want to watch that, like with the 40K stuff. You know, I think like with the turnip, you know, even the turnip stuff's doing okay views-wise, and especially for like a newer game on the channel. But I think that's the sort of thing where, you know, we'll probably need to make multiple videos too for YouTube to like pick it up and start recommending it to other Turnip 28 viewers, you know. Anyways, Gaslands I think is perfect. We'll probably do some Bolt Action, or definitely do some Bolt Action, because we've done some, but this was before I figured out my style of editing, or the way I like to edit videos. So we got Bolt Action, we got Konflikt, we have one-page rules, we have Gaslands, we have Turnip 28, we might do Trench Crusade, who knows, we might, I do like the game. But then again, I said, like, we have other games, like 5 Parsecs from Home, Rangers of Shadow Deep, things like that. They're not like traditional war games where it's like one person versus one person. Sometimes they're solo games, you know. So there are like solo war games and stuff like that that I would like to feature as well on the channel. Um, just to diversify things and do different stuff, because I do like playing other, I like playing like five parsecs and doing like a campaign on it, or Shadow Deep, right? And having like one dude or just a couple dudes, and every, you know, they have to, I could do a little mini series or something like that. So just to kind of do something different, and also play some other games. So not that we're anywhere near close to getting burnt out on Conflict, but I don't want to get burnt out on it either. I don't want it to be the only thing that I do. So it's important for me as a creator as well, you know what I mean? That being said, it's always going to be, it'll probably be one of the main focuses of the channel, because it's the game that we play the most. It's like the game that we're like, oh, what are we going to play? Like, we're like, oh, we should play something next week. What are we going to play? We're like, let's play some Conflict. You know what I mean? So we're having a ton of fun with it. But it's good to diversify it. So I really think Gaslands might be the next one we like, because I feel like this is the one that is going to take the least amount of time and effort, because right now I'm super busy. I can't be building 200 miniature armies and painting them all of it. This, I think, could be a lot of fun. And I think some of my other friends who like playing tabletop stuff, but they have a hard time getting into like games like Conflict or Warhammer, where they have to like buy whole armies and stuff. It's much easier for them to come and play a game of one-page rules. This is the sort of thing where they could make an army. They could get a couple Hot Wheel cars, jack them up, right, and then play something like that. So I think Gaslands would be good. And I think we could film it on a 4x4, which would be fantastic, so I don't have to set my larger table thing up. A little bit easier to film for me. So, but anyways, so I think Gaslands is probably going to be the next game that we slip into the rotation. I got to figure out when we're going to do more turnip. We're probably going to, we have a whole bunch of turnip terrain we're working on, so it might be a little while. But so probably what we're going to do, we have next week, I don't know if it'll be on Wednesday or you know, because right now I have about a week and a half left of tying all these flies before these guys all go to Mexico. Tying flies for a whole bunch of people. So we have a game that I'm working on. It's the Germans versus Japanese, which is either going to be coming out on Wednesday or next week. And then after that, we haven't recorded. Tomorrow I have to get stuff done. So we usually record Sunday, but tomorrow we're not recording because I have to get these flies done and get some editing. But so we'll probably, I don't know what we're doing next. So either, I don't know, maybe we'll do some bolt action or something, or maybe we'll do another Conflict or something. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to order the Gaslands book and start taking a look at it. Maybe we'll get going on that and get prepared. So we'll see. Maybe we'll I'm trying to think. I don't want to. So I like doing like 2 Conflict videos and then doing a different game is the idea. Sometimes we do 3, but so we'll see. Maybe we'll do bolt action or turnip or one-page rules after the next Conflict game. So we'll take a look. But that being said, I'm excited to try Gaslands, to say the least. What we need to do is, hold on. Let's take a look at Gaslands and look at the Google search images. Because let's take a look at what people have done. Yeah, dude, here's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hell yeah. So you guys don't know this, but I used to go drifting in real life. I have a Nissan 240 that is completely rusted to crap now and I need to sell. But I used to go to New Jersey and go drifting at Englishtown. So me and Rev, and we both got our cars impounded for drifting at the beach once. So we do like cars and like car stuff and drifting, and like we used to go off-roading in the woods in our trucks and stuff like that. So it'd be a lot of fun to like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Nissan 240 S14 Hot Wheels or something. I got to find, or we'll 3D print them as well. We could always 3D print them. But you could see what people do. You can just get some cool, look at how beautifully they've modified these. Put like guns on them, put like metal panels, and this is all like I have screen material from like my backdoor screen that I use in my terrain building. This is all this sort of stuff you need. You could 3D print metal brackets or something as well, or you could make them out of foam and you glue them on there. Look at this dude. This dude's sitting in like a car. Like, it looks sick. You could get something big like this, go Mad Max, you know what I mean? So there's just so many options when it comes to on what to do, you know? Got an old Corvette. And I think the way it works, it probably works in like there's like a turn cycle, and everyone's moving in the turn cycle. So yeah, I think there's like these, there are templates you can like print out or something. Yeah, there's templates to show like drifting or like turning and stuff like that. So I need to figure out how it works. I'm pretty certain, if you guys don't know the channel, they're a fantastic channel. I actually had some motivation from their games as well, but Game Nights, and they did a Gaslands game, and I'm gonna have to go back and watch it for sure. It's even like this. You could do like a circle track. You just take some shipping containers, put them out, and do it right in the middle. You'd watch some Gaslands. I'm interested. There's a local scene for it, and they do a yearly event. Yeah, seems cool. I'm just trying to think of like what could be a fun video, you know, or a fun game too. So, you know, I think one of the things are like whether or not people actually play the game, right? But yeah, we got to have Little Peacock. We got to have Little Peacock, dude, for sure, in a drift mobile. Hell yeah. Skyline with like Lamborghini doors and neon lights. You hear the Tokyo Drift music in the background. Like a jackass. Just had a faction and show popularity Wasteland Warfare from Fallout. Might have more view potential than Gaslands, but Gaslands is a vibe and I'm totally here for it. Yeah, like I do want the channel to do good, and I do want the videos to do good, but I think it's okay if a video, like I've had Konflikt videos get 3,000 views in like 2 days, which is fantastic for somebody with 1,000 subscribers, right? And of course my turnip ones are, you know, they'll get 800 views in those same 3 days, right? But that's okay. You know what I mean? Not every video needs to, like that one video, Ambush Everything, did so freaking good. Not every Konflikt video does that either. This Konflikt video we just put out a couple of days ago, it's just getting to 1,000 views like 3 days ago or something, whatever. Which is still great views. I'm not complaining. But so it's okay if a video, even if it's not as popular or something, but as long as people enjoy it, right? As long as it's not like everyone's like, this sucks, whatever. You know what I mean? So, but we'll take a look at Fallout 2, because if I'm not wrong, I keep hitting the wrong thing because I'm not doing it. Let's go to My Mini Factory and let's type in Fallout. I think there's a ton of like not only official terrain, but also 3D, like third-party Fallout stuff. Because again, I don't want to go buying a bunch of if they have official stuff, I'd rather print it. It's cheaper for me. Or people are making stuff like this, you know. But yeah, Modifius has here we go. Modifius has a bunch of Fallout stuff. So like, look at that, $28 you can get all the creatures, right? Look at all the terrain. There's a ton of terrain, dude. I don't know if I would go and spend $60, but I mean, I will say, if we end up doing Fallout, like, it's gonna be the best looking board out of any video we do, because I mean, their terrain is so freaking good. Like, they have whole gas stations. I'll show you here. Hold on. Like, look at the vibe, dude. This is so good. I mean, $8 too. It's pretty cheap. I think we look. I don't know if Rev will want to play it, but we'll take a look. I'll take a look at the game. I'll watch a video on it, see what it's like. I think it's affordable. Look at it. Here we go. Little bus stop. I mean, it's so funny. These are like, they did such a good job of like using the actual Fallout stuff, I feel like. Where's the gas station? They have a gas station that looks so freaking cool. Is this it? The Red Rocket one? Is that the name of the gas station? Yeah, I think this is it, right? Yeah, I believe this was the gas stations, right? The Red Rocket ones or whatever. It just looks so good. I mean, they got some decent stuff. These are the that's the one character they have, huh? So I could just 3D print some characters or something that fit. All right. Yeah, these look like the two most promising new games. We do have a game though, like Blood and Plunder. Let me take a look. Oh, I keep hitting the damn wrong thing. Blood and Plunder game. Firelock Games. So we do have this box set for Blood and Plunder right here. I have this here at my house. Rev has some of it put together. I have the ship and a whole nother crew. So, and I believe this game even, this game might use like cards. There's like all sorts of stuff, but there's ship. So we have this pirate ship. I don't know if there's two. There might be two ships, but it might just be one. But we also have another pirate ship that he's used for D&D in the past. So, I mean, we do have this game. It's pretty sick. I mean, it's got some sick-looking pirates and a whole little crew. So, we'll see. We have to put this together, too. So, this is another game. It's like a 3x3. It does have ship combat, or it could be just like onshore or ship-to-ship combat, so it doesn't have to be like moving ships. But we need to check it out. I have to see what the vibe's like. I need to like read the book and everything. So we'll probably do something on this at some point because, I mean, Rev bought the damn game. We're going to give it a try at some point. But I will say, I do think the Gaslands, I'm really digging the appeal of. So I think this might be one of the ones, and it's still going to take a little time. But Gaslands and then the Fallout is looking pretty good as well, I will say. I need to see how the games play, though, right? What the game plays like. Because that is something, too. Like, are me and Rev actually going to like to play it? Like, what's the gameplay mechanics like? Stuff like that. So, is it different enough or something? So, I'll take a look, though. I'll do some research. I wanted to get your guys' opinions, though, because I feel like your guys' opinions matter the most, being that you guys are the ones that watch the videos. So, if anyone ends up watching this, because I know I've had some comments in some of the most recent live streams, you guys let me know down below what sort of stuff you'd be interested, or if you like some of the stuff we've talked about. So, all right. Well, there we go, chat. Somehow, dude, my neck is so jacked up. Oh my god. It is so jacked up. I must have like slept like this or something, because it's like, oh man, it's brutal. I keep looking over to the chat and it's just screwing me up. Oh, well, I need to prime those fireflies that I put together last week because I haven't done it yet. I've been so busy. So I'll show you. Look at this. There's a whole bunch of feathers on hooks. That's soon to be 36 olive over white kinky muddlers. They're called. I know, very kinky. But you can see this is what a little smaller one. I'm gluing the eyes on it here soon. I'm just waiting to do that. So I'm pretty much, this is my life for the next week and a half, or it's been my life for the past month. It's just tying these flies. So, but you know what? The money's fantastic and I need to do it. So what do you call it? Soon. I told Rev, like, you know, we're going to be back to having some more time. Even though he's busy working, I'm going to be back to pretty much being able to film whenever. So I'd like to, film some new games and do some different stuff and work on some terrain. I haven't worked on terrain in forever. I have a whole box of unpainted terrain. We have more industrial buildings. I have an industrial warehouse I have to paint. There's a whole. Wait till you guys see it, because we can only use this for certain games. It doesn't really work for Conflict, but we have this like Tim Henson terrain. It looks so cool. It's made for Turnip, and all the buildings are like all like wibbly wobbly, and they all like have these weird shapes. I can't wait till we use it. The board's gonna look so cool. I have to put all that stuff together and paint it. You're finishing a bunch of mayflies. Yep. What do you call it? But so I'm excited to get back into it, do some more hobby stuff. We're gonna be doing some hobby stuff on stream, and painting stuff and whatever. But yeah. What do you call it? Just be working on some stuff, and soon I'll be we'll have more time to get back to more regular uploads. So dude, I've been slacking on my fly tying channel, my fly fishing channel. I'm gonna put out some big videos here soon. But I'll show you, dude. It looks so cool. I found it here on. We'll just show it right now. Even though I want to leave it a secret, let's just take a look. Turnip 28. Oh, I'm really playing Russian roulette here. Hold on. Okay, you guys can't see it, thank God. I realize I'm on My Mini Factory scrolling, and literally the most sexual looking things can pop up. So thank God it didn't. Okay, good. Check this shit out. Look at the shapes of the buildings. It's just so cool. It's got such like a fantasy vibe to it. It like fits the aesthetic where like they're all like these weird shapes where there's like rooms sticking out of oblong areas. There's an outhouse. There's like a cannon with pipes. It doesn't really fit the Conflict vibe, right? So we can't really use it for Conflict, but we could use it for one-page rules. We could use it for all sorts of cool stuff. I was telling Rev, dude, wait, like, because we haven't played D&D in a while, or like Savage Worlds, but when we start playing D&D again in the future, this is going to be peak D&D terrain. And he's like, how would you even use it? I'm like, motherfucker, I would make this some weird fantasy place where everyone's like high on LSD or something. That's why the buildings are all like this. Yeah, very fairy tale storybook. So he like printed this whole thing. There might be some more, but he like all of this is in a tote in my downstairs, including the windmill and everything. So looks fantastic, and I'm excited to to paint it. So, at some point here, we're gonna get back to like, I'm gonna get back to being able to spend more time on, getting ready for future games and videos and stuff. So, but anyways, and then what else do I gotta do? I gotta paint those fireflies. We gotta do the blood and plunder thing. I have some German sprues that Rev gave me. He wants to do like British versus German bolt action in the desert, the Africa campaign. I have Winter Americans and Winter German bolt action. He has Soviet Winter bolt action. So we could do those sort of things for bolt action, like Winter or like Africa Corps, or Africa campaigns, like somewhere in Northern Africa or whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Terry Gilliam. Oh, that name sounds so familiar, but I don't remember who that is. Yeah, the building, I don't know, they reminded me of like those fairy tale buildings. They reminded me of like almost like Labyrinth-esque sort of weird vibes, you know what I mean? But all right. Well, chat, thank you so much for I wasn't going to wasn't planning on streaming late either, but I just wanted to like chit chat with you folks, talk about Conflict, what they had, some of the new video or some of the new minis, but also talk about what sort of games potentially in the future. So I think Gaslands is 100%, or not. I think Gaslands is 100% going to be a thing, but I think you guys kind of sold me. Fallout, we're going to take a little bit more of a serious look at. So here in the near future. Ah, he was the animator for Monty Python. That's why he sounds familiar. The Baron Munchausen movie? I don't even that I don't know if I've seen. But that kind of sounds familiar. Squig Herder Sean was outside my window when I was showering. Ah, so you've been blessed. What's going on, Tiki? How's it going, brother? How you doing? I hope you're doing well, dude. How's the streams been going? You've been streaming? I haven't been able to. I'll try. What's tonight? Saturday night, right? You're gonna be streaming later tonight. I'm gonna stop. I'll make sure to stop in if you're streaming later. See what you're up to. Let's see how your painting's been going. Absolutely true. Yep. Lock them up. Put them in a cage. I knew it. If you want a bunch of Fallout minis, DM me your address and I'll send you and Rev a whole bunch of unopened boxes. What? Oh, we'd have to figure something out. If we do end up playing and you do that, then we'll have to trade you something or something. We can't take it for free. You're doing a lot of training for a new job? Ah, okay. Yeah, I thought I didn't see you streaming. I've been super busy too, dude. I'm tying flies nonstop. These guys are going down to Baja, Mexico in like a week and a half. And he told me, he's like, listen, I'll take as many of these flies as you can tie. So I'm just cranking them out. I got more materials coming. What I'm going to do is when I shut the stream off is just tie more feathers to hooks. And as many of these things I can get done, I can, because it's like the best money I can make in the next, I don't know, all year essentially. So, but that's why I do what I do. I enjoy it. So I shouted out Tiki in my little article and he didn't even read it. Oh, did you? Where's your article? Can we look? We can. I didn't realize there was a whole article. I thought it was just like they shared it. Before we shut the stream off, we are going to take a look at it. I think we saw all of this. Let's take a look at this though. It was in the Warlord community. Here we go. Oh, hell yeah. Read it now. Hobby Champions. Sean Koch. Konflikt 47 Axis list. Very cool. Look at that. You're a hotshot. Immortalized for life. Also, Cosmic, yo, thank you for the 2-spot, brother, and thank you for the super chat earlier, dude. Great stream. I got my knockballing done and ready. Hell yeah, dude. All right, we're going to take a look at this, though, real quick, because this is Sean or Squig Herder's army that's been featured on Konflikt 47's, their Warlords community. Recently, our social team might be the luckiest people in the world. They get to spend time scouring the internet for gorgeous armies and chatting to talented painters and modelers behind them. Recently, Sean turned up with an absolutely cracking Konflikt 47 Axis force, and he is here to tell you about it. Aha! Konflikt wasn't really on my radar until the first details about the new edition started circulating. Oh, wait, hold on. Konflikt 47 wasn't really on my radar until the first details about the new edition started circulating. Around this time, I was spending a lot of late weekends hanging out and painting on my friend Tiki the Hut's YouTube live streams. A lot of folks there were heavily into K47, which definitely piqued my interest. Is that how you spell peaked? That's weird. Initially, I just wanted to paint a few minis rather than actually paint or actually play. Once I started hearing rumors about the changes to the lore, I was hooked. And to be fair, Morty and Glory may have played a small part in nudging me over there too. Yeah, goddamn you, Morty and Glory. To be fair, I probably would not be making K47 Battle Report videos if it wasn't for Morty, because we got into bolt action. He convinced Rev in a video or something. Like, Rev was like, all right, we got to try it. I'm like, okay. And then then Morty made a video on Konflikt, and I was like, whoa, what the? There's fucking werewolves? German, like, werewolves? Hell yeah, dude. Is this on Instagram or something? Okay. Here we go. Sheesh. Dude, look at the creases in the leaves. We got to take our time to enjoy it, by the way. Witness me! Sean is a painting master, not gonna lie. I thought you were just a shit poster. And then you're like, hey, look at my minis in the Discord. I'm like, God damn, bro. You're a shit poster and a good painter. Damn, Morty and Glory made me the biggest 40k shill. Get into K47. Now I'm the biggest K47 shill. Dude, yeah, I know. Two of my one buddy, he doesn't even play 40k, but all he does is buy Warhammer shit on eBay. The motherfucker has he has a room. I don't think he even stays in the room. It's just filled with boxed Warhammer stuff. It's crazy. And then Rev has literally like 4 guard armies. Like, motherfucker, you only need 1 guard army. You don't need 4 guard armies. You know what I mean? I'm like, stop giving them your money. But I'm glad that he's spending some of his dough on Warlord now instead of buying more freaking chimeras or whatever the hell he's doing. You know what I mean? How many Lehman Rusts do you need, Rev? This guy's my favorite, by the way. This guy was when I knew you were serious. I think in the Konflikt 47 Discord. This is when I like didn't know who you were. I was like, oh, that's who you are. You're this guy. Sean is Squig Herder. That guy looks cool, but look at this guy. That guy's got a serious brow on him. Yeah, it's cool. Look at the kit bashing. We got a dude with a assault rifle and then is that a freaking... That's a stolen American Thompson, it almost looks like. Damn, look, you did just such a good job with the facial features, too. You are just a shit poster. Yeah, that's what I thought. The whole occult... I'm not reading all of your stuff, by the way. That's way too much. I just wanted to read this. Let me just see if I can glimpse over if you just like, if you mentioned that Tiki's AI or something, or handsome Mike rolls dices, or... No? Okay, we'll just look at the minis. Yeah, these guys look great. Where did you get this freaking helmet? Because that's, are these shock trooper? Oh no, these are Schwer troopers. That's why. These are stall trooping. You know, I think I like the look of the Schwer troopers almost more than the stall trooping nowadays. Even though I think stall trooping are better and I love them. I like the old school look of the Schwer troopers. Yeah, these look great. Yeah, your camo pattern's sick, by the way. And the fucking guy with the fez. This guy's the best. I mean, that's cool. We got to look at it all. I know. I just want to look at the guy with the fez. With the lightning or whatever. The Puma. Did you show this to Mordian? Did he check this out on stream? Because I hope he does. Because I'm sure he's seen it in your Discord or something. Or in his Discord. This guy's sick. This is like a freaking Fez Axis Psyker. He is a Fez fan. I mean, to be fair, a Fez is one of the coolest looking hats, in my opinion. So, yeah, I like the Schwer Trooper. The look. I didn't like... I was like, why would you use these damage value 6 guys? They're stupid. I think they look the coolest. Anyways, absolutely killer. Make sure you guys... you can follow Sean, too. There you go. If you guys are interested, Warlord community and hobby champions. Sean Koch? Is that how you say your name? We played a handful of games. Walker Wars games. All right, man. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, he nailed it. Probably one of the best looking Axis armies I've seen in general. I see some sick shit on Instagram. Warlord does share some awesome stuff. I'm going to tell you, though, this is probably one of the best Axis armies I've seen. And it's all subjective, but I got to say, how you nailed it with the kit bashing, but the camo is just so consistent. And it's all like different camo patterns. They're not like all the same either. It kind of looks like some of them are different, but it's like, I don't know. It just looks like a legit Axis army. You know what I mean? So, one day, Sean, we're going to have to get you in a Mike Rolls dice game with your army. You know how like Play on Tabletop has people come with like beautiful armies to come play? We're going to have to do that. Except you're going to have to pay for your plane ticket. Okay? I ain't paying for that shit. I ain't got the money for that shit. Oh, I didn't mean to hit a demon noise. Oops. Anyways, chat. Sean is a very big fan of 40s to 45 Hugo Boss. I don't know who that is. You guys are too old for me. Is that somebody who wears a fez or something? See, Tiki, see? Mike's like fezzes too. All I know is I just picture like in The Mummy or something, there's a dude with the fez or something. I think it looks cool. And what was it? Was it Tintin? Was it in Tintin? There was always people with fezzes or something, or the kid had a fez or something. I don't know. I just remember thinking there's a lot of dumb looking hats out there in other countries and in the US. But there's a lot of dumb looking hats people could be wearing. But a fez looks pretty cool. I picture a dude in a suit in like Morocco or Egypt with like a cane. And he's like, we have just found a new pyramid. And it's 1940 something. It's the guy who designed the uniforms for certain occupational forces. I will say, look, you got to be careful saying this stuff on the internet. So I got to be careful. I don't want to be, you don't want to get... But the Germans had some sick drip. Okay? That's all I'll say. Okay? Even though most of them, there was a lot of assholes. Okay? The Fallschirmjägers had some sick-ass drip. Okay? That's the vibe. I see that's the vibe you're going for. It's like that Fallschirmjäger sort of like, it's almost like a custom camo. It was like early camo sort of things, but it was, you just had Soviets wearing this brown color or whatever, right? The English wearing one color. You had the Americans, and they did have camos, but the Germans had them like really, they were like trying all sorts of camouflage and things like that, Yeah, well, it's true. Bad guys have to have the cool outfits because they got to have that, And the good guys are just the everyday Joe Schmoes, We don't get the cool, you don't get a cool outfit. You just got to get out there and get the job done, Anyways, all right, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. Whoa, Rev coming in here with some gift memberships. 5 gift members, but it's only showing 3 on my end. There we go. It was breaking up there, or it's taking a sec. Going out to True Noaxin, the Pork Shoulder, Vigo the Butch, which sick profile pic. I love I always loved that dude in Ghostbusters, that Vigo guy. Hey, Craggerroll. Is that your... I didn't remember your name spelled like that. Is that a different Craggerroll? David Johnson and Tiki gifting out a membership to Pedro. Thank you so much, my friends. You guys are too kind. Yeah, Vigo's got a cool... I was like, that's the Ghostbusters guy. You talking about Morocco Mole? Something like that. Is that the cartoon? Where's that mole guy with the fez on his head? Hold on. Morocco Mole. Yeah. I wasn't, but yes, this guy is pretty cool too. This guy right here. What is this? What is this? The oldest debate. Does Ja Rule look like Morocco Mole? I'm like, what do you mean? But then when you put them next to each other, they both have like a certain like, he's like, yo, what's up? They both have like a look to, I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. That's so dumb. Yes, I'm talking about Morocco Mole, okay? No, I'm talking about, I thought in Tintin, wasn't in Tintin they were like in Northern Africa or something? Am I wrong? Like the old Tintin stuff. No? Or is this in England? Maybe it wasn't Tintin. Yeah, like Indian Railways or so. I feel like he traveled around the world or something. And in Tintin, I remember seeing dudes with fez. Maybe it wasn't Tintin. I don't know. I just remember having like the old comics from back in the day or something. But I thought I remember seeing something. Anyways, that was hilarious. That Ja Rule thing. That's great. Morocco Mole. Does Ja Rule look like Morocco Mole? Oh man. I sent Sean some toe snaps. A Tiki pays his debt. Hey, there you go. Yo, Tiki, thank you for the re-up too, brother. Appreciate that. You guys don't want to see my feet, I'll tell you that much. I'm about to go visit Cosmic in Gagland. Perfect. All right. I think we're at a good junction to end the stream here. The puns and the jokes are getting peak. And we've looked at Morocco Mole and Ja Rule, so I don't think we could really get any better from here. So it wouldn't let me say feet pics. Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, YouTube has crazy censorship. Okay, people were saying they couldn't type flamethrower. Meanwhile, other people could. I don't know what the deal is with YouTube censorship. I don't have like any, things on my YouTube chat or whatever, but they have like, it's weird. Some people can't type things, some people can. Clearly, they don't want you talking about feet. So, I don't know. Meanwhile, Twitch is like, yeah, I heard you got feet pics. What? No. Got to go play more Guitar Hero at the party? Hell yeah, sounds good. I should go play some regular guitar later. I haven't played in a couple days, so. Mike needs a fez. I do need a fez. Yeah, somebody get on that. Thank you. I'm going to look on Amazon, all right? All right, fez life is best life. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, chat, thank you so much. Also, Cosmic, Sean, Tiki, Rev, you guys are far too kind. All right, and everyone just hanging out. Appreciate it. I hope you folks have an awesome night. And we got a new video either coming out Wednesday or at some point next week. So I'm just wrapping up my hectic fly tying week and a half here, and then we'll be back to regular Konflikt videos and hopefully maybe some Gaslands. So anyways, we'll see you, chat, and you guys take it easy, all right? Thanks again, Rev, Tiki, Sean, Cosmic. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and you guys have an awesome weekend, all right? We'll see